All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've been looking forward to this day for quite some time, and I am happy I get to share this moment with all of you. Now, many of you may know that I've been talking about Sakamoto Days and starting Sakamoto Days for quite some time, leading up to the fact that soon My Hero Academia is about to end, and I thought, you know what? What would be another good series to introduce not only myself, but anyone else who watches what I do on this channel too? And Sakamoto Days pretty much appeal to me. So I'm excited to read basically Volume 1, which consists of 7 chapters. Volume 1 of Sakamoto Days. So let's go ahead and get started with this brand new Sakamoto Days read-through series. Yeah, I'll say what I need to say when you guys see my face. Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here, and welcome to the beginning of my Sakamoto Days read-through series, where, like I've done in the past, I will do this weekly. I'll do this weekly, and it'll probably be every Monday. It'll probably be every Monday. Nico W, it's good to see you as always. I'll probably do these every Monday until I fully catch up, and then the reactions will be on Sundays because Sakamoto Days releases chapters on Sundays, as well as like One Piece and Jujutsu Kaisen and the like. So yes, that's where we're going to be starting. But let's go ahead and get started with today's first chapter, Chapter 1 of Volume 1. And the volume is called The Legendary Hitman. And we start off, and it just says Sakamoto Days at the top. And it has two kids. It has two kids who are in the street in front of what looks to be like a grocery store. And this kid is poking something on the street going,
"What kind of poop you think that is? Alien poop!"
And then there's someone standing in the distance. And mind you, this is a color first page right now. And there's someone standing in the distance, and then we see what looks to be like an older gentleman with like white hair pulled into like a bun, and he's like with glasses, and he's just slurping on some ramen. Sakamoto Days, Days 1, The Legendary Hitman by Yuto Suzuki. And we get started. And we have, okay. We get narration. Once, there was a hitman who was considered the greatest of all time. Also, I'm reading from Viz, if you guys wanted to know. If you guys wanted to follow along. His name was Taro Sakamoto. And we see this man named Taro Sakamoto, and he has white hair. One strand is like on the side of his face. He has glasses on. His hair is pulled up into the bun, just like the previous person we just seen in the previous page. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a long one. There's 58 pages to this thing. Oh my goodness! His name was Taro Sakamoto. Duh! It's him! It's Sakamoto! Kill him! Kill him! And it cuts to all these people who are trying to shoot at Taro. And he's just running past all of them. And one dude loses about a good 10 pounds of ugly fat as his head just flies off of his shoulders. And then we cut to Taro all the way at the end of the hallway with a whole bunch of corpses, a lot of them headless, in his wake. And then he guns down the last person. He was amazing. All bad guys feared him. All hitmen revered him. But one day... And then it shows Sakamoto in a grocery store. And it shows this very beautiful woman in front of him going,
"Welcome."
But then one day, he fell in love. As he's just sweating bullets, his glasses break. And then it just shows him spending time with this girl. And then he's throwing like his knives, his gun, his grenades back at the old group he used to be with. More narration. He retired, got married, had a baby, and Sakamoto got out of shape as we see the man who was in, like, if it wasn't already obvious, the man who was in the first page eating a whole bunch of ramen with a very super round face. Yeah, that's Taro Sakamoto. And he's gotten much older. He's got like a big face now. His mouth is gone. It's just hidden underneath his little mustache. He's overweight, but he's just chilling with his daughter and his wife. The outskirts of Tokyo. And then we have someone going, Sakamoto's. That's it, all right. I've been looking for you, Mr. Sakamoto.
Watch, mister.
And it shows this kid inside of the grocery store.
If I hit this target with my suction cup arrow, I get free juice, okay?
And then Sakamoto doesn't say anything.
There. Ready?
And then it shows ex-hitman Taro Sakamoto and his wife, Aoi Sakamoto.
Oh dear, that kid comes around a lot these days. I missed! One more try. Watch one more time, mister.
And as this kid is leaning forward to pick up his arrow, his backpack falls over and it just hits the ground, including what it looks to be, what is that, glue? Or is that paint or something? It falls, like all of his school supplies, falls out of his bag, and something splatters on this other guy's pants. And it's a very tall dude who's silent at first.
Uh-oh.
Why, you little... Look at my white pants.
Oh dear, what should we do, honey?
And then Sakamoto is all like, You're dead! As this grown man apparently is gonna beat up a child, his arm is caught by Sakamoto in like this vice-like grip. What? And then Sakamoto proceeds to... jab this pencil directly into the guy's neck. Is what he was thinking of doing. Porky.
Thank you, mister.
There. That was close. I nearly offed him. Wow, Sakamoto could have easily killed that dude, but he restrained himself. And then another person who saw Sakamoto goes, well done, piercing the carotid artery with a ballpoint pen. I saw it. It's been a while, Mr. Sakamoto. It's Shin, the clairvoyant. Hitman, clairvoyant, Shin. And Sakamoto is silent and proceeds to palm strike him directly in the face, breaking his neck in the process. Literally just hits his head hard enough to dislocate his whole skull. Is what he was thinking of doing. And clairvoyant and Shin goes, why is killing me the first thing you thought of? It's Shin. I used to work for you. Shin can read minds. And it goes to Sakamoto going, don't sit there. So it's true. The rumor that you retired as a hitman and opened up a store. Mr. Sakamoto, come back to the hitman world. This is a waste of your skills, and you got fat. And then Sakamoto's just thinking to himself, I won't go back to being a hitman. Back in the day, all of the bad guys feared you. You were a legend. How did this happen? As Shin is thinking of how Sakamoto used to be in the past versus him now, where he's just this overweight, pudgy man who's just slurping down ramen. And he's just casually eating the ramen going, yum. You used to only eat field rations. Mind if I smoke? Honestly, you're a shadow of your former and before Shin can even light his cigarette, the end of his cigarette is sliced off and falls directly in front of him. As Sakamoto suddenly has a box cutter in his hand, and he's still slurping down the ramen because he used the box cutter to cut off his cigarette, and he points to a sign behind him that simply says, "No smoking." Okay, I like him. I like him already, okay? I like him already. Also, Snow, it's good to see you as well. Still so fast. I may be out of shape, but I could still kill you in an instant. Message received. And then it cuts to someone on their bike. I think it's someone on their, someone on their bike in the distance going, "Hey, Mr. Sakamoto, sorry to interrupt, but could I get your help with something?" Huh? Why is he asking Mr. Sakamoto? Does he need someone whacked? And it's this one person goes, "I need to prune the branches at the top of that tree, but I can't reach. Can you do it, Mr. Sakamoto?" "Oh, nice. I knew I could count on you." And Sakamoto has already pruned the trees because he's apparently an expert at it. Then it cuts to a woman with her child going,
Mr. Sakamoto, my daughter won't eat her vegetables.
And he proceeds to feed this little girl vegetables. And then it cuts to some kids going,
"We only have one ball."
And then Sakamoto creates 2 balls for them to play with. "What? You're the town's jack of all trades?" I get it. He's concealing his true identity and blending in with the community. And Shin is still quivering because even though he's seeing Sakamoto as his town's handyman, he's still very dangerous. "Mr. Sakamoto, as far as I'm concerned, this new you is a total joke. I'll be back." And as soon as Shin says this, he gets hit in the head by a kid with like a suction cup arrow as he goes, "Ah, stupid brat!" Thought I heard something just now. And the kid just runs away, and then it cuts to Shin getting inside of his car, going, "In the 5 years since I last saw Mr. Sakamoto, he's sure gone soft. But Mr. Sakamoto's still cool as ever." As he's thinking back to when Sakamoto basically sliced off his cigarette with a box cutter. "Even with the extra weight, he's got an amazing aura. I wish we could work together again." And mind you, this is Shin just slamming his head into his steering wheel to the point where he's shaking his entire car, to the point where other people are looking at him behaving erratically in it. And then his phone goes off. This is not One Piece. I'm just sorry. "Yes, boss? Did you win over Sakamoto?" "I'm afraid not." "So you took him out?" "Boss, do I really have to whack him? Mr. Sakamoto's all tubby now. Honestly, he's no threat." "Shin." Uh-oh. "You know the rule. You run out on the organization, you get whacked. Sakamoto broke the rule. We can't let him live. Besides, Shin, there's plenty of guys who can do the job if you aren't up for it. Keep giving me trouble and I'll have them do you too, while they're at it." And I guess this is the dude in charge. This is clearly the dude in charge. So in charge that he actually has someone holding the phone next to him while he sits in a chair. Like, he can't even be bothered to hold his own phone. He's got someone else holding it right there next to him. Not even touching the skin, just hovering. "Do it or you're dead, me." Oh, shut up. Guess I have no choice. If I don't, then someone else will. In that case, I'd rather do it myself. And then it cuts to Shin, who shows up the next day and goes right back to the grocery store.
"Oh, it's Shin, right? From yesterday. Back so soon?"
And this is Sakamoto's wife. And then it cuts to a kid going,
"I'm bored. Will you play with me?"
"Sorry, kid. It's time for war." As Shin visibly takes out a gun and puts a silencer on it. Bruh, you ain't even around the corner yet. And then he walks into the store.
Ding-a-ling.
"Hey, Mr. Sakamoto, it seems I have to leave town today, so I thought I'd stop by to pay my respects." As he pulls his gun up, He pulls his gun up and shoots Sakamoto, who's chewing on some gum, doesn't even look away from his comics, spits that piece of gum out, and hits. No! What sort of John Wick nonsense is this? He spits out a piece of gum, and the gum hits the bullet and completely deflects it. I know they said he was a legendary hitman, but that him being able to spit out a piece of gum with enough force to not only deflect the bullet, but also diverge its trajectory completely. Nah, that's crazy. Stop it. But he spits the gum out, and it deflects the bullet and winds up hitting a bag of potato chips right next to him. It wasn't even gum. It was a cough drop. It was a cough drop. That makes it worse. Gum is one thing, but a cough drop? That's even more disrespectful. It's a cough drop. He blocked my shot with a cough drop? And then something flies directly into Shin's face, but he dodges it, and it looks like it was a ice pop. And when he looks back over to where Sakamoto was, Sakamoto is gone. He's gone. Where'd he go? Rats, I can't read his thoughts. Where is he? And Sakamoto is already hiding. He's getting his like a handful of rubber bands. And he's wrestling inside a bag, and he's aiming through this part of the shelving that has like face masks and everything. Was this made during 2020? And then he takes the rubber band and he just starts launching these little, I wonder, are these cough drops? Is he shooting him with cough drops and a rubber band? This man is shooting with cough drops and a rubber band. Shin sees it and he starts dodging and running as, I'm sorry, but just how much force are you outputting to launch cough drops with a rubber band that it is completely shattering freezer door windows? Like, they're not like little ting, 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 ting. No, they are breaking the glass. How strong is this man? But Shin's running, and as he rounds a corner and aims his gun, Sakamoto's right there and hits him directly in the head with a cream puff. And while Shin is recovering from the cream puff, Sakamoto is right behind him. I've got to reestablish my position. And before he can even realize what's happening, Sakamoto kicks him through 2 whole shelves of groceries. 2 whole shelves. This man may have gotten fat, but this man has not lost any of his power. That's ridiculous. Rats! And then he blacks out. And then, next panel, he's awake. And we get Sakamoto's wife, Aoi, and his daughter.
Oh, good. He's awake!
Where?
This is the 2nd floor of Sakamoto's. Would you like to stay for dinner?
Huh?
How much rice? A super serving, an ultra serving, or a mega serving?
Regular. And he's wearing a shirt that says Slim on it. Wasn't this one of the shirts that Sakamoto was wearing earlier? What's going on? My assignment.
Let's eat.
Huh? Could this be poisoned? I've done plenty of conditioning to resist poisons. And he starts eating the food, and it's not poisoned, it's just extremely good. So warm and delicious.
It's the same way you reacted when we first met. Die!
And this is Aoi referencing how Sakamoto was acting when he first met Aoi. What is this feeling? In all my years as a hitman, I've never experienced this before. So Mr. Sakamoto quit killing to protect this humdrum everyday life? Thank you for the food. And then Sakamoto just doesn't really say much. He doesn't say much. Because a lot of the stuff that happens with Sakamoto, he's just doing through hand gestures. I like him. There's something about characters that can do enough dialogue without actually speaking. There's something about characters like them that I like. And he just points behind him and goes, please come again, Sakamoto's. I'm no match for Mr. Sakamoto. And then we cut back to Shin, who goes back to his boss as he goes, "You wanted to speak with me, Shin. How disgraceful. So you failed to ice Sakamoto."
Boss, please let Mr. Sakamoto live.
And then all the goons start laughing. You're kowtowing to me? Why? Why are you defending him?
Mr. Sakamoto has a home.
Huh? Sakamoto broke the rule of our world. He abandoned his responsibilities. He has to die.
So if someone has to take responsibility, I'll die in his place. Please let Mr. Sakamoto live.
Why would you do that?
It's my penance for pointing a gun at my hero.
And then the boss is kind of silent. Then he goes, "Fine. Kill yourself and I'll spare Sakamoto." And then the boss is thinking to himself, "Yeah, right. Go on and die, you fool. If you believe that."
I heard that. Not that I'm surprised.
And Shin has pretty much heard exactly what the boss was going to say. I forgot he can read minds. Kill him!
Yes, sir! Guess I have no choice.
Then we cut back to Sakamoto's, and Sakamoto is listening in on the conversation. I'm sorry, that's funny to me. He's just sitting there with a pair of headphones, and he's listening to the entire conversation. And then he goes over to one of the cash registers and puts a key into it and hits a series of buttons. And then all of a sudden, the wall of the store opens up into a mass. We need guns. Lots of guns. It just opens up into this massive, multiple wall racks full of guns and weapons. I see a shovel in there. I know what that's for. But it's just a whole... Is that a Mauser? That looks like a Mauser pistol. A whole bunch of pistols, a whole bunch of shotguns, a whole bunch of automatic rifles, semi-automatics. I see an SMG. I see it. What is that? AK-4? Is that a bazooka? Or is that like an anti-material rifle? I think that's an anti-material rifle. This man's got an anti-material rifle. But then it cuts to 2 guns and a knife and a grenade, kind of reminiscent of the items he threw behind when he went to go marry Aoi, and then he just takes a gun and just goes. And then it cuts back to Shin. Why are you struggling against one? Why are you struggling against one person?
But it's like you can predict our moves. Almost out of bullets.
He's clairvoyant. Get too close and he'll read your mind.
Whoa. Just gotta go for it.
I'll shoot him from hiding. As it cuts to one guy who's waiting for Shin to run, but Shin can read minds, so there! And Shin immediately puts several bullets into this guy. But then, all of a sudden, while he's running, he gets nailed directly in the leg.
Uh-oh.
And then, all these other henchmen of this boss start aiming their guns at Shin.
I'm dead.
And then, all of a sudden, Sakamoto this isn't a normal gun. This is a taser gun. Sakamoto just shows up and one-shots all 3 of these guys with this taser gun all at once.
Mr. Sakamoto!
He's here. It's Sakamoto. Kill him! And then all the other henchmen start aiming at Sakamoto, and Sakamoto, without even flinching, dismantles the first person's gun that gets in front of him. He literally takes the gun apart in an instant before driving his fist directly into this dude's chin.
What just happened?
Yeah, while that's going on, another one tries to come up behind Sakamoto to stab him. Die! And as the knife gets closer to Sakamoto, he spins around. Not only does he catch the arm, but he proceeds to clock this dude directly in the jaw as well, knocking him out. Don't attack one at a time. Everyone, shoot him! And then Sakamoto has apparently, not in a single instance, he grabbed the knife while it was still falling. And he has 2 knives now. He's got 2 knives, and it shows him cutting through everyone's guns. So much. I thought he was going to leave people alive, but no. He takes these knives. He is cutting people's guns apart with these knives, slashing them and slashing people into the chest, including the boss guy. Sakamoto, you piece of... And then it just shows Sakamoto kind of splattered with blood as these 3 guys, they're kind of gone now, with Shin going, amazing. This is the legendary hitman, Taro Sakamoto. And it just shows Sakamoto just scratching his back like it's literally nothing. Oh, hey, how did you know where... And then he hands Shin his gun back. My gun? And he pops out... He takes his gun and pops out something from inside. He put a mic bug on his gun? Mike? Don't tell me. Yesterday when we fought. He doesn't trust me. He doesn't let his guard down. Mr. Sakamoto, I've made a decision. As of today, I'm your Huh? An apron? And Sakamoto is thinking, 800 yen an hour, or 850 yen, with extra for overtime. What? He literally just says, you're gonna be working with me now. You start tomorrow. Because it shows Shin with the work apron right next to Sakamoto as that same kid is running through the store. Mr. Sakamoto, could you not eat ramen next to me? I'm wearing a new shirt. You're splattering the broth. We're already running low on ramen. And then it cuts to Aoi.
My, you look great, Shin.
Do I?
You fit right in.
Oh wait, this is the daughter going,
You fit right in!
and then it cuts to Sakamoto and everyone looking at this old lady there.
Oh dear. Can't find the detergent.
Because Shin can read minds. Here, ma'am, the detergent's here.
Goodness, I didn't even have to ask. Thank you. That ESP sure is handy.
And then it cuts to the kid going,
I prefer how Mr. Sakamoto looks in her apron.
I heard that, you little perv.
Is it fun working here?
Yeah, even though I still don't know what I'm doing. It's better than my last job anyway.
What was your last job?
And Sakamoto goes, say it and die. It was a sort of cleaning job for society. And that's how I came to work with Mr. Sakamoto again. Welcome! Next chapter hits November 29th, but of course this chapter is very old because this came out. Yeah, this was made in 2020. Ooh, this was made in 2020. Okay, that's the end of chapter 1. Let me say this. That's the end of chapter 1, everybody. That's the end of chapter 1 for Sakamoto Days. Whew. Okay. That's interesting. I likes that. And his t-shirt says Slim, that's so crazy. Sup, everyone. Psycho, it's good to see you. Okay, that was chapter 1. Let's move on to chapter 2. Days 2, Sakamoto Family Rules. It's been 1 week since I left my life as a hitman and came to work at Sakamoto's. Still though, Mr. Sakamoto, you gave me the chills the other day. I've never seen CQC like that by any hitman currently in the game. Ex-hitman clairvoyant, Shin. Also, CQC means close quarters combat for those who don't know. Do your job. Ex-hitman Taro Sakamoto.
Plus, you iced nearly all of them in one blow.
And then Aoi hears this.
Iced? Hang on, honey. Don't tell me you've gone back to killing!
Sakamoto's wife, Aoi Sakamoto. She clearly... Wow, the fact that he didn't hide any of that from her. I commend him for being completely truthful to his wife. And then Sakamoto's all like,
Yeah, but what about all those guys you took out?
I inflicted no lethal wounds.
Honey, I know you already know this, but the penalty for breaking the family rules is divorce. Divorce.
And then Aoi leaves. Family rules? What family rules? And then it shows Sakamoto jabbing chopsticks directly into the throat of Shin, is what he was thinking of doing. And then Shin goes,
Why did you kill me in your mind?
Cut the unnecessary chatter. Shin is clairvoyant. He can read minds. And then Aoi sighs,
I wish I hadn't come down so hard on my husband this morning. I understand. I do that all the time. Yeah. Okay, I'm going this way. See you. Okay, I'm going this way. See you.
And then it cuts to Shin again. Huh? Yo, officer. Out on patrol, and it's an actual officer on a bike. Ah, you're that young fellow who works for Mr. Sakamoto. We've had a lot of robberies around here lately, so I'm on the lookout. This is the #1 safest shop in Japan. Both of them are ex-hitmen. Well, that's good to hear. You never know when they'll strike. As he, trembling like an old man, pedals off into the distance. Right. I can't imagine any real crime in this area. He watches too many movies. Let's head out for deliveries. Roger. And then it cuts to a couple of armed men inside of a bus who also have like ski masks on, going, "Nobody move. This bus belongs to us now. One funny move and you're dead." Oh, the bus that they're robbing is also the same bus that Aoi got on. Because when she was talking to her friend saying how she wished she didn't come down too hard on her husband, she got on a bus. That same bus is the same one that's being robbed by these dudes. And she's going,
What? What should I do? The ice cream I bought's gonna melt. If I eat it now, will they get angry?
She's not worried about being on a bus full of armed dudes. She's worried about the groceries she just bought. Sorry, I was also playing V-Rising, making sure that my dude didn't die because I ran out of blood. Out on deliveries. Sakamoto's. Hey, I know I asked before, but what's the family rule your wife mentioned? Too much effort to explain. You can just remember. I'll read your mind. Family rules. Gee, I envy that family vibe. And then and it shows Shin and Sakamoto on like this delivery bike. And as they're riding past what seems to be the same bus that Aoi's being held hostage on, Sakamoto makes Shin skid and do a U-turn. Whoa! What's up? A bus checking. What? Aoi's there. Your wife? And then it cuts back to the bus. And then it cuts to the dudes with the mask on. Do you people know how traumatic it is when your favorite manga gets discontinued? We're gonna crash this bus into the Shuei building. There's so many better things you can do aside from crashing a moving vehicle with innocent people on board into a building. Just because your manga got discontinued. There's far better ways you can vent your frustration. Because if anything, crashing a bus into a place where your manga got discontinued is probably going to make it so that it takes longer for it to be continued in the first place. Because you crashed a bus into it. I'm sorry, I'm thinking about this way too much. We're going to crash this bus into the Shuei building. Your lives will be sacrificed for a better manga industry. So he's stupid. So this man is stupid.
Oh dear, I'll be late for dinner.
Aoi is so nonchalant to all of these dudes because she knows who her husband is. This would be like Helen going out by herself and then these armed dudes taking a bus that she's on, but she knows she's fine because she was married to John Wick. Hey, you don't seem to care about manga, do you? You're awfully calm for someone who's about to die.
Huh? Well, of course, because I know he'll always save me.
He?
She's gone mad with fear. Forget her, she's dead anyway. Mr. Sakamoto! For this rescue mission, these are our priorities. Right? 1. Rescue and secure the hostages. 2. Don't reveal our hitman identities.
No. No killing. Mission priorities. Mission priorities for Sakamoto is rescue, secure the hostages, incognito, don't reveal our hitman identities, and 3, no killing, don't inflict lethal wounds.
I wondered about this in our battle the other day too, but why are you so careful not to kill?
And then Sakamoto thinks back to when he was going out with Aoi, and 5 years earlier, and this literally 5 years ago was when Sakamoto was still thin and fit.
Covered in blood again?
Taro Sakamoto, 22, literally 10 years younger than me. That's something. I'm doing my job. Aoi Sakamoto, 21. So this is not when they were dating. This is when they were freshly still newly married. I'm just doing my job.
In other words, you killed someone! How can you do something so awful?
I needed to work to buy you a present.
I don't want it! I don't want your blood-stained present!
And then Sakamoto looks confused as Aoi starts going towards the edge of this railing.
I've had enough. If you won't change, then I can't be with you. Bye-bye.
And she just jumps over the railing. She's trying to commit Sudoku? And she just jumps over the railing, and Sakamoto sees this, and the dude moves so fast, he not only leaves a dust cloud, but he also leaves one of his shoes behind. And he jumps after her. And they land all the way down at the bottom. I don't know if there was cushioning there for them. I think that was just snow down there. And they land all the way down at the bottom. Wow, he moved so fast, he literally broke the railing off of its foundation. Where he ran through the railing just to get her.
I thought we were gonna die! Thank goodness for this snow.
There seems to be a lot of snow.
See? Just now, you would have been sad if I had died, right? Get it? Just like how you wanted to save me, everyone out there has someone they matter to. So promise me, you won't kill people anymore. That's our rule. And to make up for the people you've killed, you'll devote yourself to helping people instead.
And that ends the flashback. So now we know why Sakamoto doesn't inflict lethal wounds anymore. And then Aoi's just laughing to herself.
That was pretty reckless of me.
And mind you, this is Sakamoto thinking of this memory. Wow. This is Sakamoto thinking of this memory, and then Aoi's just smiling. Then it cuts back to Shin again.
So to review, we don't kill. As usual, we'll communicate telepathically.
That's a useful way to get information to each other without ever having to worry about verbally saying things that people can hear. That's actually kind of a broken way to, get the drop on people. Got it! As Shin hits a curb and a pole at the same time in order to launch on top of the bus. I don't know how that works, but it works.
Huh? What was that? Mr. Sakamoto, your identity. Cover your face.
And as Shin is saying this, they are getting dangerously close to a low-hanging bridge that just barely leaves them enough room for them to be under.
Ah!
And then as Shin prepares to slide underneath, Sakamoto literally leaps over secure not just the bridge, but he's high in the air. This man is secretly a grocery store Saitama. He leaps in the air. The bike gets knocked off. The helmet gets knocked off with Shin going, "Mr. Sakamoto!" And Sakamoto is literally outpacing the bus by... If I gotta stop stopping. This man is outpacing the bus by jumping across the roof of adjacent buildings, heading them off. Got it! And it shows Sakamoto as he's bouncing through the air with such speeds that he surprises kids that he bounces next to. And Shin breaks into the bus by slamming through some glass. What? And Shin proceeds to pretty much knock this guy to the ground by putting him in a leg lock before he can do anything. And then he proceeds to jab into this dude's throat and knock him down before he gets to fire off a gun. And then he goes, "Stop the bus or I'll break your arm." As the dude points and we find out that the bus driver apparently had his entire legs chained to his chair with his foot all the way down on the gas pedal. Help! I can't take my foot off the gas! What's this? Chains? Hey, take those chains off! Wake up! Because Shin has already knocked out everyone, so there's no one to actually unchain it. And then Sakamoto lands in front of the bus, and he has a whole sign. I would not be surprised if he ripped that whole sign out of the ground. "Mr. Sakamoto, this is bad! We can't stop the bus!" "No problem. I'll be the traffic stop." And Sakamoto has a mask, like a kid's mask, over the front of his face. And he takes the sign, leans it. He takes the sign, leans it forward, and creates like a literal stop in order to keep the bus from moving. And he's just holding his ground. He's just bracing himself using this sign, and it slows down the bus. It slows down the bus. And then the doors open up and Sakamoto gets on, and he has the mask on going, "Ah! Who's that? Ah! Run!" And then everyone gets off the bus, scared of Sakamoto, wearing this mask. But Aoi stays behind with Shin. "Are you okay? He's not dead, right?"
Yeah, I knew you'd come. I wasn't scared at all. Also, I shouldn't have said what I said this morning. I'm sorry.
Family rules, Article 12.
Treat each other to a special dinner on days when we fight.
Leave it to me. From now on, you'll devote
yourself to helping people instead.
And it shows Aoi holding Sakamoto's hand. Oh, this is so wholesome. Then we're back at Sakamoto's. In yesterday's bus-jacking incident, the suspects were overpowered by an unidentified party. The hostages are all uninjured. The suspects have been... And then it cuts to when Sakamoto stopped the bus going, "As for the mysterious masked man who appeared on the scene, who on earth could he be? Experts speculate that the mysterious person appears to have been some kind of martial artist." And then it cuts to Sakamoto, who's shocked that someone was able to get like at least his short visage, because his visage is on camera. Like, he has a mask on and he's stopping the bus, and then his daughter goes,
"Hey, that masked man looks like you, Dad!"
"How did they get that shot?" That's what I'm wondering. Who took that picture? Crap. Well, at least you were wearing a mask. They can't identify you. What is that saying? Like, what does that say? Hold on. There's some words down here. What is he saying? Well, at least you were wearing a mask. They can't identify you, and you returned the mask. Oh, by the way, your story about why you quit killing really moved me, Mr. Sakamoto. How did you hear that? How did you hear it? You were thinking about it while chasing down the bus. If you're part of our household, there are your rules too. Right! As Sakamoto holds up the Sakamoto family rules notebook. Break 'em and I'll kill you.
That's against the rules!
And rule number 1 says no killing. Okay, that's chapter 2. That's chapter 2. Wow. Yo, can't stay unfortunately since I have D&D, but I thought I'd come in and say hi before I go. She's a real one. She's definitely a keeper. That's a W wife if I ever heard one. Anyways, gotta go now. Halster, you enjoy your D&D session. Some, it's good to see you as well. We are currently reading through the first volume of Sakamoto Days. I got my mic all up here so you guys can hear my dulcet tones. But yes, we are done with chapter 2. Onwards to chapter 3. And then 4 more chapters after that, and then we'll be done with volume 1. I really need to get through these chapters because I don't know when they're going to call us about our car. Chapter 3, and we have Shin. Chapter 3, well, Days 3. Officer Nakase and the Mysterious Hero.
Wind, southwesterly. Distance to target, approximately 5 meters. No obstacles in sight and the enemy is unaware. Good!
And it shows Shin taking part of some carnival games, and he still misses. Whoops, you missed. Too bad. Next! And we're at this little fair, and then it cuts to Shin, who's inspecting the gun.
Ridiculous! My aim was perfect. Is this rifle jammed or something? I'd better take it apart and check.
You suck, dude. And you're slow.
And then it shows Sakamoto, who's just casually, licking on some ice cream, and he's just aiming his gun one-handed. Bang, bang. Every last prize? Don't ever come back!
We're still on the clock. Let's go.
We're still on the clock. Let's go. Sakamoto just... I like this. I like this story already. It's got me. I like this story. The fact that this is getting an anime next year. I like this. I like this series already. We're still on the clock. Let's go. Sakamoto cleaned house. With his skills, he won every single prize. And then we have someone coming up to Sakamoto and Shin.
Is this motorcycle yours?
Oops, sorry. We were out on deliveries. Officer Nakase, what is it? Ikoraizaka Police. Yeah, Ikoraizaka Police.
This is a no parking zone. It was just for a few minutes. There are lots of kids out today. We adults have to be extra responsible.
And mind you, Officer Nakase is, lecturing Sakamoto. And then Shin looks at her bike and notices that there is a wanted poster for Sakamoto as the masked man. Information regarding mysterious masked man. What's this?
Haven't you heard? It's the talk of the town. A mysterious masked hero saves civilians from a bus jacking.
Hero? Oh, well, I guess we did hear about that. Right? Masked hero. And then it cuts to Sakamoto, who's just rubbing his chin, but since his chin is so fat, you literally see it fold underneath his fingers as he's rubbing his chin. But then Officer Nakase screams,
"It's unforgivable! What kind of hero uses violence? I'll arrest them if it's the last thing I do!"
Oh, great. So this is just like any person who isn't Jim Gordon reactions to Batman. We can't have no vigilantes in this town. But Shin and Sakamoto are both taken aback by how serious she is. Anytime it's incredibly serious for Sakamoto, his glasses are always breaking. I find that funny. Let's go.
Well, at least none of the passengers were hurt, right? Anyway, we better get back to our deliveries.
And then Officer Nakase goes,
"How did you know none of the passengers got hurt?" That isn't public knowledge.
"Oh, well, just a hunch. I mean, I sure hope they are all okay. I mean, there were old people and all."
Old people? You seem to know a lot about this.
As Officer Nakase starts taking down notes. "Stop talking."
"This is Nakase. I'm on Iroraizaka's shopping street with a pair of suspicious characters."
And both Shin and Sakamoto are gone.
"That was so shady. They must be connected to the masked man somehow. I'll get it out of him.
As she starts stretching her arms as she starts taking off after Sakamoto and Shin.
Wait! Whoa, she's surprisingly fast. Why, Mr. Sakamoto's running?
Why, Mr. Sakamoto's running? That's unusual.
He's really popular.
He sure has lots of energy.
Mr. Sakamoto, would you like to taste our new product? And as he runs past this dude, he moves so fast, he takes the food, but also leaves money. So he's all like, even though we're being chased right now, I'm still fast enough where I can get myself something to eat. And then we get to another section of town where it shows Nakase looking for him.
Hey, that's weird. Where did they...
And then it shows that Shin and Sakamoto are hiding behind one of these, like, put your face inside of the cardboard cutout to take a picture things. I don't know the official name of it. I forget what they're called. They have a name. Like, one of those photo booths. And they're both just eating some kibidongos. We lost her. Mitarashi Dango are the best. That should do it. Don't step in it. And it cuts to a kid who's looking at Sakamoto going, and the kid is laughing at Sakamoto and Shin, but the kid laughing is drawing attention to them. And Nakase sees them.
Cut the funny business!
Busted. It won't come off. Because Sakamoto's head is so big, his face went through the hole, but he's not able to get it off. And he basically ripped off the entire foundation of it because his head is just that big. It won't come off.
What should we do? Should I be the bait and...
And then he takes his head out of it, showing his chin just dropping back down to its usual. That man has got like a keg for chin, like a waterbed chin. It just plops down. And then it cuts to Sakamoto, who takes... It cuts to Sakamoto. Wait a minute. It cuts to Sakamoto, and he takes something, and he throws it at Nakase.
Huh? Dango sticks?
And she stops. Oh, he takes the dango sticks and throws it in the direction of Nakase, and she looks at him and goes,
Dango sticks? Who do they think they are? Of all the stupid...
And she jumps over them, not realizing that she jumps directly into a spot of wet paint.
You okay, miss? What a mess. You'll pay for this!
As Nakase is still chasing after him.
Is she gone?
Okay, I hit you. Now you each buy 10 skewers.
But we're full!
Because they're hiding next to another food outlet as Nakase runs past them.
Rats! They got away. I've never had anyone get away from me like that.
Well, I doubt they have anything to do with the masked man. And it's the old dude that we saw from earlier on. You're a hard worker, Nakase. Are you getting used to the job?
Yes, it's very fulfilling.
That's good to hear. You have unusual interests, Nakase. You were a top recruit, and yet you asked to be assigned to this small town.
I used to live here. A police officer here helped me once.
Wait, Mr. Sakamoto.
So, that's why I hope I can help people here now.
And Sakamoto's just listening in because both Shin and Sakamoto have been tailing her and paying attention to where she is so that they can be where she isn't.
Mr. Sakamoto, now's our chance.
I see. Well, don't work yourself too hard now.
Right. Good evening.
Well, I guess I should make another round.
Stop, please!
What's wrong? I thought you were into it.
No, let me go!
Come on, grab her! And then Nakase walks up and sees these dudes, like trying to assault this girl.
Hey, what are you doing? She's telling you to stop.
Huh? Who are you?
I'm a police officer. Let me go.
Oh, I think he's grabbing onto her. And then something drops. Then something drops from this dude. It's like some sort of powder inside a bag. Oops.
This.
Hey, what's all the commotion? And then it cuts to sirens going off someplace else. And then we're back at the house Sakamoto with Shin eating with the rest of the family, and they're eating a whole bunch of skewers. Remember, they had to buy a whole bunch of skewers because they were hiding with the one skewer dude.
Gosh, it sure is loud out today. Huh? All right, sure is.
Yakitori with sauce. So good.
Ding dong.
Hello, officer. What can we do for you? And then it shows the old man. Sorry to interrupt your meal. Well, you see, our new recruit, Officer Nakase, hasn't returned to the station. I thought she might be chasing after you guys again. Do you know where she is?
That fast-running lady from this afternoon?
You mean the lady cop? I like her.
Do you know her, Hana?
One time when I got lost from Mama, she gave me a piggyback ride home, and I got ice cream. A triple scoop!
She's an awfully nice girl, so I worry a bit. And then Sakamoto is quiet, still, just eating his food.
What should we do, Mr. Sakamoto?
Let's get some after-dinner exercise. As it shows him just... Man, this dude is chill! He's just so chill! Let's get some after-dinner exercise.
You've got it.
Then it cuts to another part of town where Nakase, along with the girl that was being assaulted, and some more girls are being apparently held hostage.
Why, you? Do you know how much trouble you're in?
Look, I don't want to have to do this, but since you saw the goods, Riki Kanehira, Zutomo Muscle Gang Leader. Motorcycle Gang Leader. Too bad you don't carry a gun, huh?
Even if I did have a gun, I would never point it at you.
As it shows this dude's henchman putting like a blindfold over her face. Huh? Hey, is this cop stupid or what? Taking us on unarmed? And then it cuts to Shin, who's on top of a telephone pole, like he's Itachi from Naruto or something.
Found something, Mr. Sakamoto. Multiple voices coming from an abandoned factory behind the shopping street.
Roger. That's one effective way to be in communication with people. Literally. He's literally able to use telepathy, not just reading people's minds, but projecting his own thoughts into Sakamoto's head so he can hear them. That is so much more effective than a radio. So useful. Roger.
It's all right. I'll protect you. I promise.
Weaklings and their crazy ideals. How'd you expect to protect anyone without using force, you moron? And then those two round spheres that Sakamoto had when they left out goes rolling into the room, and it turns out that those were smoke bombs, and the whole place just fills up with smoke. Dang it. Pigs! Dang, for real? And then they're coughing really hard, and and even the gang leader is coughing really hard, and it shows Sakamoto and Shin. What? What's this? I can't see! Yeah!
Mr. Sakamoto, 3 meters ahead, 2 o'clock.
And Sakamoto embeds his Shin, like his whole leg, in the face of Takehira. Is that his name? Hold on. Kanehira, sorry. Embeds his leg in the face of Kanehira. Got it.
What was that? A voice? 3 steps ahead of you. 2 of them.
And proceeds to body both those other 2 dudes. We're under attack! There's someone here! Who is it? And it just shows Sakamoto and Shin. And then it's just a montage of Sakamoto just literally giving these dudes the business. Just barbecuing them ribs. So many legs being thrown around the room, and they're all meeting faces. So many punches hitting the lower jaw, and people are going... Everyone is just going to sleep. Sakamoto is just knocking out everyone. Shin too, he's landing a hand too. So it's not just Sakamoto, but it's Shin and Sakamoto. And it's getting to the point where we just see bodies flying out of the smoke. And then it just starts to subside, and every single one of those henchmen get bodied.
It's all quiet now. What's going on?
And this is Nakase. You cow! This is all your fault! And he immediately, and then Kanehira goes to grab Nakase, but then Sakamoto proceeds to give him one more across the chin. And he lands behind him when Sakamoto's there, and then they take off the blindfold.
Uh-oh, Mr. Sakamoto isn't wearing a mask today.
But then Shin's eyes are in utter shock as Nakase sees Sakamoto, but Sakamoto looks like he did 5 years ago all of a sudden. Like his hair locked off to the side, his arm bulging was muscle.
Who are you?
Mr. Sakamoto!
Run.
He's thin?
Oh, hey, wait! Wait a minute. Why does he look so familiar?
As it shows Sakamoto's thin again. The next day at Sakamoto's. And it shows Shin, who's just utterly shocked to see that Sakamoto is back to his usual fat self again.
One day rebound? Did he really burn that many calories yesterday? What's with his body?
Yum. And Sakamoto's just eating just one. You mean to tell me this man is basically like Choji? No, he's like fat gum? This man, if he burns that many calories, he can instantly... Oh man, this just changed how I look at this guy. He's fat on purpose! He's fat on purpose! He could easily get back to his original... No! What is this man? He could easily get back to his original thin athletic self if he wanted to. But he chooses to just gorge himself on food.
One day rebound? Did he really burn that many calories yesterday? What's with his body?
Hey, Nakase, why the sudden weight training?
Because I'm angry. I was so helpless yesterday. But who was that guy in the glasses? He looks like someone I know.
And then it cuts to Aoi going,
Look at you! Not again! I told you to stop it too!
because apparently Sakamoto is eating more food than he should be, and his wife is trying to keep him from overeating. But given the fact that he can burn calories so fast that he literally goes back to being slim in minutes,
Look at you! Not again! I told you to stop it too!
sorry.
You look better without the weight, Mr. Sakamoto.
And he's looking at the photo of himself and Shin back from last night. And that's the end of chapter 3. Wow! Ravi! Blacklight! It's good to see everyone. Sorry. I'm just reading these chapters and then I'm coming back to look at chat and all the rest of you. Let me see. Ravi, good to see you. New manga? Yes, we are reading Sakamoto Days. Today's session will be all the chapters of Volume 1. So it's good to see you. Let me see. Also, Kitty as well. Hello. We are reading Sakamoto Days. Be right back. Just watched trailer of this one the other day. It's getting an anime. I know. So this is the perfect opportunity for me to read the story and, do my whole dramatic reading for all of you. This is the perfect opportunity for me to do it before we get the anime next year. So yes, should be fun. Moving on to chapter 4. I think I'm making some good time. Days 4, China Invasion. Nikita Chinatown.
Wow, so this is Nikita Chinatown. Sure is big.
If you're going to Chinatown, don't forget the you-know-what. For Hana, too.
And this is Aoi speaking for both herself and her daughter, and their daughter.
But why come all this way just to stock the store?
There's a limit of 50 per customer.
Divine pork buns? So this was the goal?
Got enough for Aoi and Hana, too.
Well, that's good.
And then there's a crash sound from a building that they're walking past. They're there just to get some pork buns. I never had pork buns, but they seem like something that I would eat. And from this crash is a woman who just falls from the building in the direction of Sakamoto and everyone else.
Mr. Sakamoto!
And then Sakamoto is left awestruck, glasses broken once again, as the pork buns that they just got the divine pork buns that they just got their hands on, have been squashed flat completely by this woman who landed on them.
Maybe if we brush off the dirt. Nah, it's impossible.
And Sakamoto is once again just silent. There she is! You're in for it now! Skittering off like an alley cat. We're gonna hurt you so bad you won't be able to run anymore. And then we get Mystery Woman Lu Xiaotang.
Ha! You slugs will never get your hands on me.
And she begins, and she takes like this fighting stance, and this dude behind her tries to grab her, and he winds up grabbing her, like getting her in an arm lock, while another dude gets like a knife and goes, time to slice your Achilles tendon in two. And before he can stab Lou, Sakamoto grabs this dude's knife with some metal tongs and snaps off the blade. Oh my goodness. Hold on, give me a sec. I didn't realize that going too long without blood in V Rising would literally kill me. I did not know that. Okay, alright. I just looked over and my dude has like 0 health, but I'm at my castle, so I'm still technically alive. But, okay, I'm sorry. But the man grabs the knife with metal tongs. Last time I checked, metal tongs ain't got nothing, no grips or nothing to make it so that you can grab onto another metallic object, grip it tightly, and then have enough strength to just snap it off. I've never known metal tongs to do that. But then again, this is Sakamoto. This man can run across buildings and weighing 257 pounds. So he snaps off the knife, and then Shin comes up behind and slams this whole... What is he holding? What is he holding? Is that like some sort of... What is he holding? That looks like another sign, like a short sign that looks like a newspaper box of some kind. And he slams it over the dude that's holding Lou back, going, "Who the heck are you bugs?" And then Lou turns around, she spins, whoa, and proceeds to land like this whole palm strike in the middle of this dude's chest with enough force to send him flying back.
Wow, she's amazing.
Tai Chi. And she's standing there while Shin is holding like a whole box, and Sakamoto is just looking forlorn at the destroyed divine pork buns.
Who is this woman?
My poor pork bun.
There she is! Her gang's there too! Kill her!
Gang?
Better bail!
As Sakamoto grabs Lou, and they both take off.
Man, that kind of stuff sure happens a lot lately.
And he's just thinking about the pork buns.
Who are you?
As Sakamoto leans his head to the side to avoid getting hit by a bullet. I'm saying, okay, all right, can we get a game? What's the closest game we can get where we can be like Sakamoto? What's the closest thing? What's the closest thing that isn't Cyberpunk with a Sandevistan that lets you slow down time to about 80%? What is the closest thing we got? Splinter Cell Conviction? Where's the girl?
She got away. She ran off with a couple of dudes. We're trying to find out who they are.
What? You let her escape again? Wang, Dan Shokai chairman.
We already took out a whole family.
What's the point if she gets away now? I'm terribly sorry. Enough. Get out of my sight. And calling you know who. And as this dude says yes, his whole head gets sliced off. Oh, Oh, this dude says, I'm terribly sorry. And then says, calling you know who. And before he says, yes, sir, this dude gets beheaded. What? Okay. This, if we never got a John Wick manga, this is it. His whole head gets sliced off, and everyone is screaming,
Ah! Look at this son here. He's still trying to breathe. Doesn't seem to notice that he's already dead. Stupid little brother. Quit playing with corpses like they're toys. It's not classy, Pacho. Why'd you kill him? These brothers are maniacs. Listen, I need the key that woman has. If I get that key, I'll rule the Chinese black market. Your job is to track her down. We can kill whoever gets in our way, right? As you please.
and then it cuts back to Shin again.
What? You're the daughter of a triad family? The Lu family? They're dangerous! Lower your voice. Why are they chasing you?
And mind you, Lu, Shin, and Sakamoto are taking the far easier route of jumping across entire rooftops. Not across adjacent ones, no, jumping across entire streets. Pork buns. Sakamoto's still worried about the pork buns. This man has Saitama levels of engagement with things that's happening right now.
They're after this.
And it's a key.
It's the key to my family's hidden safe.
Key?
My parents entrusted it to me. Well, get rid of it. Not worth getting killed over, right? Never! My mother and father guarded this key with their lives. If I don't take good care of it, I won't be able to face them in the afterlife.
Sakamoto is quiet. Were they killed?
It's none of your business anyway. Sorry to cause you trouble. Okay, then we're off now.
Okay, then
we're off now.
And Sakamoto, he stops. And not only does he stop dead center where he is, but he also prevents Shin from jumping further. The man has so much grip strength, he's holding on to Shin's shirt, and is holding him back from jumping to the point where the roofing they're on starts to crack underneath Sakamoto's feet in order to keep Shin from moving. I heard my phone vibrating across the way. Sorry about that. But Sakamoto asks, can you make pork buns?
Well, sure. My father taught me, as far as taste goes.
Mr. Sakamoto, do you really want to go there? Those guys she's involved with are real trouble.
Stocking the store is postponed. First, we help this girl. And he just starts cracking his shoulder, which is what he says is a surprise to both Lu and Shin. But when we're done, you're gonna make us pork buns. That's the deal. I love this voice I'm doing for Sakamoto. It's so unsuspecting. But when we're done, you're gonna make us pork buns. That's the deal.
Huh? Who the heck are you guys?
Oh, Mr. Sakamoto! And as Shin apparently reads a thought, he warns Sakamoto what is the name? Bacho. As Bacho comes flying in, and his face is right in front of Sakamoto to the point where the inertia, like the updraft of his kick starts to make Sakamoto's face fat kind of like flap from the force of it. And Sakamoto gets sent flying into a building into the distance. This is the first time we have ever seen Sakamoto get hit.
Mr. Sakamoto!
And then it just shows the destroyed building.
Rats! They caught up while we were wasting time. And also, this is bad now.
Bacho, you've got no style. Shut up. What style? What style to an assassin? Find the target and kill them. You can always arrange the corpses nicely later. I'm saying the problem is with how you kill. Am I talking to a monkey here? Who are these guys?
Son-hee and Bacho. They're twin assassins. For an illegal fee, they'll take out any target. Both of them are serial killers who take pleasure in killing. They're disgusting. They enjoy taking the heads of their prey home to sketch.
Weird artistic flex, but okay.
Hey, we're famous. Isn't that nice, Sonny? Moron. Hitmen are supposed to be anonymous. You should be ashamed.
And then it shows Shin right there in front of Son-hee as he goes, precisely. And he lands what looks to be a hit on Son-hee, but Son-hee literally just catches the fist.
Angry we killed your buddy. You're really sensitive, aren't you?
Killed my buddy? What are you blabbering about? If you don't know Mr. Sakamoto, then you're a rank amateur. Then it shows Bacho, who's right behind Lou, and prepares to, basically behead her with a sword.
Yap all you like.
We're dead.
And as the sword gets closer and closer to Lou, all we see is Sakamoto come out of nowhere, and just like what Luffy did to Bellamy, just body Bacho with one swift stroke so hard that Bacho's body is on the ground before his weapon even reaches its peak of spinning in the air. Sakamoto is a whole different breed. He's a whole different breed.
You.
And then Sakamoto just cracks his shoulder again. Sweet bean buns would be good too. This man's nonchalance is on par with Saitama's. Okay? This is John Wick Saitama. Sweet bean buns would be good too. And then Lou is just shocked that Sakamoto is not only completely fine, because he doesn't have a mark on him after getting kicked in the face, let me say this. He's completely fine, and the only thing he's doing is just cracking his shoulder after, just one-shotting Bacho. That's the end of Chapter 4. Onwards to Chapter 5. No, this dude is just built different. This man is just built different. Days 5 versus Son-hee and Bacho. And it shows Bacho and his whole head, still with the indent of getting hit in the head by Sakamoto. It's still there, and his whole body's just flopping, with Lou going,
That man.
And then it shows a crack from the impact, as it looks like the roof caves in. The roof caves in from the force of the blow of Sakamoto hitting Bacho. And then it's just, then it shows Sonny and Bacho on one side of the hole, while they're inside of what looks to be a kitchen. And then it shows Shin, Lou, and Sakamoto on the other.
Dude's pretty strong, wouldn't you say, Bacho? The floor rotted through. No big deal. Time to kill this joker.
And Sakamoto's just looking on like, okay.
Woman, hand over the key like a good girl, and we'll give you a beautiful death. How's that sound?
This is the key to my parents' treasure. I'd rather die than hand it over to you.
Fine. That's what your parents said too, right before they died horrible deaths. You care more about some object than your own lives, huh? You people don't have an ounce of class.
Shut up!
And then Lou tries to go and run towards him, and Shin goes, no! As Sakamoto grabs her by the scruff of her shirt and pulls her back.
What are you doing?
Dummy, don't go for cheap bait like that. Chill.
That safe contains our family treasure. My papa died at the hands of these dogs to protect it.
Is that so?
As it shows Son-hee try to throw something quickly at Lou's face, at her face, but Sakamoto catches it with a spoon. Whatever it could have been like a quick bullet or a quick piece of lead that he could flick directly into her face to kill her, but Sakamoto catches it with a spoon, with a small scoop, and flicks it away.
Hey now, you stay out of this. Don't get in the way. I was going to let her be with her parents.
You don't get to decide what's important to her. Ooh, I love this dude! You don't get to decide what's important to her. And he throws the spoon behind him.
Pipe down, amateur. Maboryu, special technique. Tofu scramble!
And both Bacho and Sony get ready to try and kill Sakamoto with their swords.
Prepare to be shred.
And as they're trying to cut Sakamoto, without losing a single ounce of expression on his face, just dodges everything from a standing position. You know how Goku was doing when he met the Ginyu Force. Just dodging everything they're doing. Neck flap just moving and swaying with every motion. This is going to be hilarious to see animated. And Bacho just goes,
Huh? You okay, Mr. Sakamoto?
got a little neck cramp. This dude, the only thing that happened was this man got a neck cramp. Just a small one.
What's this? He dodged it? But how? No one has ever evaded our tofu scramble attack. Plus, he's huge. How's he completely unscathed?
Sonhee doesn't understand, but he gonna learn today.
Bacho, time for you know what.
Yeah, brother. You know what?
And then Sakamoto, and he shows Shin and Sakamoto.
You're only the third person to witness this. Maboryu, special technique.
And before they can do anything, Sakamoto takes a cooking pan, like a big cooking pan, and just slams it over Bacho's head.
What? Why you?
And as Sonhee tries to come in and slash Sakamoto, Sakamoto not only destroys his sword, but also the bracers that he has on with a literal frying pan. And notice, he's still holding on to the pot.
But my chakram's ultra hard. How on earth?
Sakamoto just took out the weapons of these two elite assassins with kitchenware. I knew he was going to use these objects to fight with as soon as I saw that we were in the kitchen. I knew he was going to use it.
Mr. Sakamoto, your hand.
Been a while since I wielded something so heavy. And it looks like and Sakamoto has like a slight bruise in the palm of his hand. Been a while since I wielded something so heavy.
I had enough of these two.
And Shin is putting a bandage on his hand.
I'll just kill the girl.
And mind you, this is Sonhee saying this to himself in his mind. Who do we know can read minds? And as he's thinking this to himself, he tries to grab towards Lu, and then it shows Shin, who stops him by taking some rope and looping it across where his neck is, going,
Heard you loud and clear.
And Shin proceeds to just shoulder flip this dude completely over, slamming him on his back. And as he looks up, Sakamoto takes an entire fridge, picks up an entire fridge, and slams it on him with a move called Cool Impact. This man picked up a fridge. A whole fridge full of food. It wasn't empty, it was full of food, and just slams it directly on this dude's chest. As a person who used to work at a job where I had to transport fridges, especially French door, this is specifically a French door fridge with 2 additional pull-out drawers on the bottom. I know these types of fridges because I delivered them and connected them in houses. These jokers is heavy. They require 2 people. You can't put it on a dolly. You got to use a 4-arm forklift, which are 2 strands, these 2 long industrial heavy-duty straps you place on your forearm. Not the crease of your arm, but on your forearm, so that when you lift it, all the weight is essentially on the forearm and not the spot where you need to lift, so you can lift it upstairs and whatnot. These things are heavy. So this dude getting slammed into the ground and cratered into the floor by this is not an exaggeration, because that's how heavy these things are. But Bacho and Sony are down for the count.
Who are you guys?
We're just shopkeepers.
Honestly, you two are weird.
And it shows Sakamoto helping himself to some crab legs from inside this freezer as well.
Gah! What are Bacho and Sonny doing? The hidden safe is here. We tracked it down ages ago. Come on and open. We just need that key.
Special delivery! And it's Shin with Sakamoto as they drop both Bacho and Sonhee directly in front of this guy.
Bacho! Sonny! Where did you come from? What about my guards?
Quiet.
As Lou grabs onto his throat.
Not another word.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I'll do anything you ask. Please, spare me.
Your apology won't bring back my parents. You can atone in hell.
And she proceeds to beat this dude all the way down.
Hey, is this really enough? While we're here, we might as well.
And then it shows Sakamoto snapping the neck of Shin. Is what he was thinking of doing, because Shin wanted to take out the rest of the guards who were there, like permanently. I think the dude that Lou beat up, I think he's dead. But Sakamoto's thinking of killing Shin again. Quit making trouble.
Why did you just imagine killing me? This is enough. If I killed everyone who wronged me, it would never end.
Okay, he's still alive.
Papa taught me that the best revenge is to live a happy life.
And then it just shows Sakamoto and Shin.
Hey, what's the holdup, China? Shut up, and don't call me China. My name is Lu Xiaotan. The key's old. It's hard to open.
And then we open it up and we see inside of this room.
Nice, you got it open.
Let's see.
Where are you guys going in first?
And they are both left awestruck because it is just a massive treasure room.
Wow, gold, silver, treasures and jewels, plus books, CDs, and toys. There's all kinds of stuff in here.
This looks like something the Addams Family would have, because we've seen their treasure room if the first Addams Family movie is any indication. This kind of looks like one of those rooms.
Hey, here's the inventory. What's this? Oh, these items are the #1 treasure of each head of the Lu family over the ages, huh? In other words, different folks treasured different things. The second family head liked manga.
Oh, I hope he liked One Piece.
Wonder what my papa was.
And it shows Sakamoto trying out all these jewels, gauntlets, and a big old crown with jewels on it on his head.
Wonder what my papa's was. Sake?
What does it say? And it's like a jar, like a vial of sake just there with a note on it.
Sake to drink with Xiao Tan when she comes of age. That's just like Papa.
What does it say?
It says it's the tastiest sake on earth. I'll treat you each to a glass as a thank you.
Well, it better be tasty. And it looks like they were eating some pork buns as well.
You kept them, Mr. Sakamoto?
What? They're all...
What?
Oh wait, this is Sakamoto going.
You kept them, Mr. Sakamoto?
What? Why are they...
What? Why are they all squished?
It's your fault, you know.
They still taste fine.
I guess Japanese pork buns actually aren't bad.
And then apparently, Lu Xiaotan is now working at Sakamoto's.
What are you doing here?
I don't have anywhere else to work.
Yeah, but you have a whole mountain of treasure, Lou.
What's that?
I can't just sell off my family treasure, moron.
And then Sakamoto is just sipping on some juice.
What'd you call me? Well, your thinking's pretty short-sighted.
Yeah, well, the products you shelved are a mess.
Don't be so uptight. Who cares? People are gonna buy this stuff anyway.
Detergent doesn't go in the refrigerator.
Be quiet, my head hurts. Hangover. Because of the sake that they drunk. And that is the end of chapter 5. Onwards to chapter 6. We're almost done with volume 1, everyone. Days 6. Nagumo by Yuto Suzuki. And we cut back to Sakamoto once more. Sarvabek! If this is your first time here, I hope you enjoy yourself. This is some Jackie Chan mess. It's some Jackie Chan nonsense for real. Man, I don't think there's anyone who quite fight likes Jackie Chan. Even though he's not as old as he used to be, there's no one who's super creative with like fighting as him. But back to Sakamoto's.
You're late.
You're so uptight. I'm just a little late.
2 hours is not just a little.
Zhao Tan Lu, Sakamoto's newest employee, ex-triad.
It takes time to put this look together.
You're wearing pajamas and a jacket. Let me guess. You've never had a job before, have you?
Yes, I have.
What was it?
Helping my dad. We would dig big holes and bury mysterious burlap sacks.
Let's fire her, Mr. Sakamoto. She doesn't jive with this shop's peaceful vibe.
Xiaotan, I think those sacks had bodies in them. Does she know? Does she know?
And what peaceful vibe is that?
Ex-triad.
Shut up. We're working on it, okay?
Ex-hitmen, Sakamoto and Shin. Now, Shin, that's not nice. And Lou, be sure to say sorry when you're late.
Huh? Mr. Sakamoto?
What's with that? What's with you? What's with you both? You look like pigeons who have been hit by a .22 long-range bullets. Now get to your morning chores. Shin, you're on outdoor cleanup duty. Lou, have you finished stocking the pork buns?
Wow, the boss is unusually talkative today.
No, seriously, this dude is talking. This dude is talking.
In all the years I've known him, I've never heard him talk this much. Normally, even his thoughts are laconic.
That's a new word I'm gonna have to look up later. I've never seen that before.
Normally, even his thoughts are laconic.
What? Do you think I'm just a talking lump of flesh? That's rude. You wanna die? I'm a human being, you know. Thanks for everything, you two.
It's not just the talking.
His personality's also different.
And then it cuts to Sakamoto walking through. Huh? What? It cuts to Sakamoto. It cuts to Sakamoto walking through the door. Oh? Which is a surprise to Shin, Lou, and me.
2 Mr. Sakamotos?
Huh? And Sakamoto, I can't tell which one's the real one. Sakamoto looks over at Sakamoto.
Huh?
What a surprise! Are we doppelgangers? And then it shows this Sakamoto trying to stab our Sakamoto, and this Sakamoto just easily dodges. And then this Sakamoto proceeds to take a knife, a box cutter, while the other Sakamoto points a gun at him. And this is our Sakamoto. Our Sakamoto was the one who was talking a lot, and he's the one who has the box cutter, while the other one has a gun. Long time no see, Nagumo. You still got the moves, Sakamoto. I'm so glad.
Huh? His face just completely changed. And not just that, he fooled me. I couldn't read his thoughts.
Because the person who was doppelganging as Sakamoto changes into this dude with loose, dark hair. And even his clothing has just basically changed. This man used like a substitution jutsu. Or what is that jutsu called where you can look like someone else? What is it? Not a clone jutsu. I think it was like not a substitution jutsu. It was some sort of it's a name that changes your appearance, but it's like this dude with loose, messy hair that falls over his face, with leaving only the spaces for his eyes to be peered out of. And Shin is surprised, and then Nagumo looks at him and goes, "Sorry, I really didn't expect to fool you."
Mr. Sakamoto, who is this?
Let's stuff him in a bag.
The name's Nagumo. I work at the supermarket across the street. Me and Sakamoto are pals. I'm 18. Friends?
He's young. There's no supermarket across the street.
He's an ex-colleague from my Hitman days. He's 27.
You're a total liar!
As Shin read through his thoughts, and they both start kind of like beating up on him because he's not 18. There is no supermarket. Sakamoto just spills the beans from like inside of his mind.
There's a price on your head, Sakamoto. 1 billion yen.
This man's got 1 billion yen bounty on his head.
He's lying again.
Yeah, the 1 billion yen part.
Okay, so that was a lie. Never mind.
Not even a grade school kid would tell a lie like that. But it's true. It was officially decided at the Assassin's Conference yesterday.
There's a conference. There's literally a conference.
It's going to get listed tomorrow.
Pizza.
The word's already out among the hitmen in the know that the legendary assassin's back in business. What a bunch of sitting ducks.
And it shows that the pizza man. It shows the pizza man. He's an assassin as well. This is like when John went excommunicado and everyone was literally an assassin in the city trying to go after him.
What a bunch of sitting ducks. Huh? You suckers let me slip right in. Now you're pepperoni on the chopping block.
Pizza Nakajima, Pizza Man Assassin. So remind me never to get Papa John's from this dude. Or Papa John's in general.
Don't move or the pretty boy's face is ruined.
And he's literally threatening Nagumo with pizza cutters. They're his weapons, pizza cutters. They are dangerous though, because them jokers are sharp.
Hey, Sakamoto!
Hey, Sakamoto, don't just laze around eating pizza. I'm about to kill your friend. And then Sakamoto is just steadily eating his pizza and he's just sighing to himself.
Why you?
And before we know it, Nagumo already has this pizza cutter assassin in a headlock.
See? I was telling the truth. I abhor deception.
When did he?
Nagumo, don't. And then Nagumo just simply drops the dude to the ground right then and there. He doesn't even question it.
Don't tell me you're still on some no-kill policy. You think you can take us on like that? Me and the other assassins?
And then, Shin goes like, "What?"
Just kidding. I'm not going to participate in this. We specialize in preventing assassinations. You know all about that, don't you, Sakamoto? I do miss the days when we worked together.
Nagumo, how would anyone benefit from my death now?
Good question. Our job is to carry out orders, not question them. But for a retired guy, you haven't been very discreet. You went too far when you wiped out the Don Shokai triad. Are you stupid?
Will there be others like this guy?
Goes Lou.
Yeah, right. You won't see any more small fry like him. He's a total amateur. Well, anyway, it was nice seeing you again, Sakamoto. I wanted to say goodbye before you get iced.
Wait, you! And Shin runs outside and tries to question Nagumo, but Nagumo is just literally gone.
Huh? He's gone. Was he an ally?
Maybe I should go back to my country.
I don't know which is safer.
And then Sakamoto looks over at the table where he was eating the pizzas, and he glances at it. He glances at it because apparently they are being watched from the pizza box. And Sakamoto appears like he can tell because he's just staring at it. And then we have a whole bunch of people in the boardroom with Sakamoto on their front screen. What sort of underground, underbelly, high table nonsense is this?
Well, well, that pizza boy screwed us. Better find a new gopher. 1 billion on Tubby? Really? That black-haired guy seemed more dangerous. Never mind him. Now I want pizza. You've all been underestimating Sakamoto. We just need to figure out... We just need to figure out... We'll outwit him. Oh, sorry, I was reading it wrong. We'll outwit him. We just need to figure out the time and place that he'll be the most vulnerable. That's how the Dondenkai operates. Dondenkai, okay, we got a new organization. That's how the Dondenkai operates. He's a former member of the Order. If we play this wrong, we could get wiped out. Order? Aren't they an urban legend? It's been 5 years since he's retired. Shouldn't be a problem. This is a warning.
And someone's voice just comes in all of a sudden. Oh! It's Sakamoto.
This is a warning. If you continue to come after me, get ready to see hell.
And Sakamoto has a gun pointed at the... Yo, I told you! He noticed! He has a gun pointed at the pizza box.
That nut job! He noticed our camera! Hell, huh? Well, that's something to look forward to.
And then Sakamoto just shoots the pizza box, and the feed ends. You cannot pull one over on this dude. He's too good. He's John Wick. You literally have to be Donnie Yen in order to have a leg up on John Wick. And then we cut back to Sakamoto's.
If what Nagamo said is true, we're gonna see a lot more guys like that pizza dude around here. What are we gonna do about it?
There's no point in worrying. Since we don't know who the enemies are, it's better to stay home and lie low.
Are you ready for tomorrow, dear? Hana's all ready.
Tomorrow?
What's with the ears?
We get to meet Sugar-chan tomorrow. We promised to take Hana to an amusement park tomorrow. She's really looking forward to it.
So much for them staying home and lying low.
Now what, Mr. Sakamoto?
We're going. We have to.
And Sakamoto, sweating bullets once again, glass is cracking up as they have no choice. You cannot defy the wife and daughter. You cannot defy them as they prepare to go to an amusement park. Okay. And that's going to be the last chapter for this session. Not the one I'm reading now, but chapter 7 is going to be the last one.
We better prep lunches. I want apples.
What was that?
I want apples cut like bunnies.
And that is the end of chapter 7. Okay, so... Whew. You mean as young as he used to be? Yeah. Laconic means a person doesn't speak much. Gotcha. I used to be laconic. Until I got into like my church band and I started opening up. And then, with me being on YouTube, my capacity to speak vastly increased. So I used to be laconic, but now, well, I'm kind of like that when I am not working. I don't really say too much when I'm not working, but when I'm working, I speak a lot more. Okay. That's the end of chapter 6. Onwards to the last chapter and last reading for today until next Monday. Days 7. Welcome to Sugar Park. Tokyo Sugar Park. And it shows Sakamoto, Lu, and Shin going on rides, but they're all slightly nervous because, we just found out that a whole gang of assassins want to wipe out Sakamoto. Now, while Aoi and Hana are enjoying themselves, Sakamoto is just left kind of slumped and nervous.
You okay, Mr. Sakamoto?
Here, Daddy. Have some of my ice cream.
I feel like barfing.
I'll get a doctor.
So dramatic. Have some water. Look, Lou. This place is so big.
Like 3 Tokyo domes. Let me see. I gotta zoom in because some of these words are very small.
Like 3 Tokyo domes.
What's a Tokyo dome?
And the mascot is so cute. It's a chubby, strong bunny.
Kinda like the boss.
The mascot's name is Sugar.
And then it shows Aoi laughing while, everyone is, the daughter is having a good time.
Hey, this is special. We're all together doing something fun. Let's have lots and lots of fun today.
And both Lu, Shin, and Sakamoto are all like, we can't, because they remember Nagumo going,
There's a price on your head, Sakamoto. 1 billion yen.
If it weren't for that, this would be a great day off.
This stick thing is yummy. Let's go.
Let's go.
I want to make something clear, Lou.
Yeah?
Our duty today is to protect.
mission priorities. 1. Eliminate enemies. 2. Support the Sakamoto family in having fun.
Also, to make sure the Sakamotos have a good day. But with these crowds, how will we spot our enemies?
Quit glancing around. There's no enemies in the area now.
How do you know?
I can read the thoughts of everyone within a 20-meter radius.
At least we know the distance, because I was questioning that when he was talking to Sakamoto, when Sakamoto went to go and rescue Nakase from all those dudes in the warehouse.
I can read the thoughts of everyone within a 20-meter radius. Anyone plotting a murder would be in a heightened emotional state.
Oh. Huh? So you're always listening in on my thoughts?
Shut up. Of course not. I have to really tune in to hear someone's thoughts. Like adjusting the dial on a radio. They're not just flooding in all the time.
And Lou is just giving him like the death stare of like,
I don't believe you. Man, it's such a pain to always have to explain this.
How can you have such abilities?
Oh, Mr. Sakamoto, an enemy's approaching.
Copy that. And it cuts to what looks to be like a custodian just walking through the park. This whole thing is literally just John running away from being excommunicado by the high table and everyone's out to get him. But this is Sakamoto and it's happening to him. But he has a family. Wife and kid. This is this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun.
4 o'clock. He's disguised as a janitor.
So that's Sakamoto.
Kuri Ningu, janitor assassin.
A family outing, huh? The guy's got guts. Prepare to be bathed in blood in front of your child, in front of your kid.
As his broom, which is supposed to be normal, suddenly has a blade in it, and he's moving towards Sakamoto from his blind side.
Prepare to be bathed in blood in front of your kid.
And he takes his broom knife out.
Hey, Hana, what's that?
As Lou leads both Aoi and Hana away from Sakamoto, and Sakamoto prepares himself. You know he's about to do some work when he starts cracking his shoulders.
Oh!
And then as Kuri goes, die. Sakamoto, in an instant, takes a pencil or a pen out of his chest pocket, out of Kuri's chest pocket, flips it around.
Oh, cute!
And proceeds to jab directly into Kuri. Directly into his chest. Directly into his chest, forcing him to stop. And then both Shin and Lu dump his stabbed body into like the custodian trash bin and wheels it off to the outskirts of the park. I love this series already, man. I love it.
Wow.
What Sakamoto did is called a no luck strike.
A no-look strike.
He didn't even look at Kuri. He just took the pencil out of his chest pocket perfectly and then jabbed it directly into his chest in one swift motion before Kuri could even get close.
Hey, did you hear something?
And this is Aoi speaking to Sakamoto, and Sakamoto is just, keeping them occupied while Shin and Lu take his body outside the park.
Wow, the boss is really something. He doesn't need protection. He didn't even glance at the enemy.
That's not all. He avoided the guy's arteries and organs. He's gonna live. Like instant acupuncture. The guy's a god.
And then it just shows, that Kuri is by himself in the forest. Kuri, the assassin, retired. And then it has someone looking on as he goes,
That Kuri senpai. I told him the janitor thing was stale. I really tried to make that appeal.
and it's apparently it's another assassin.
And this Sakamoto guy, I wish he'd finish what he started. Is that old softy really the former legend? Also, that Shin kid is trouble. He's got that mind reading thing. So, I've gotta, clear my thoughts, not make an appeal for anything.
This dude is talking like he's a lawyer or something.
Alright then.
And he just throws the paper down, and he starts walking behind Shin. And Shin notices something, but he looks behind him and doesn't notice anything.
Huh?
And then Lou goes,
What are you doing? The Sakamotos went that way.
Huh. Yeah.
and it shows that this guy who is over the unconscious body. Oh, never mind. I just noticed the guy's not unconscious anymore. He has a knife in his throat. This dude killed the assassin that failed to kill Sakamoto. Well, that guy's dead. That guy is dead. But the dude is right in between Lou and Shin didn't even notice him. Then we move to a roller coaster.
Please hold on to the safety bar during operation. Yay! This is gonna be so much fun!
And this is Aoi,
Enjoy your trip.
while Lou is all the way at the back.
Why are we so far back?
The back is the best.
What?
This is exciting, isn't it? Oh wait, Aoi is going,
This is exciting, isn't it?
I can't breathe, because Sakamoto's fat.
This is not like an enemy's. It's not like an enemy's gonna attack at a time like. Huh?
And we see that spiky-haired guy, the spiky-haired dude that killed the janitor assassin. He's in a couple of seats ahead of Sakamoto, ahead of Shin and Lou.
Huh?
What? Why are you freaking out?
That guy with the silver hair.
You sure? I don't hear any thoughts.
I know a thug when I see one.
Really? Oops, I notice. I try not to make an appeal to anything.
And then he looks back at Shin, and Shin hears his thoughts.
Oh no!
Ugh. And then the safety bar is on them, and they can't move.
What are you doing?
We gotta release this bar!
Release? But we're almost at the top.
And they immediately go down the roller coaster. Like it's that quiet moment before you drop. And Shin is holding on. The spiky silver-haired dude gets a gun out. Sakamoto's face fat is just flapping in the wind. The dude's got a lot of chin fat. A lot of malleable chin fat. And it's just blowing in the wind.
Mr. Sakamoto! I'm sorry, an enemy got past me. The guy with silver hair 3 rows behind you.
And it shows the silver-haired dude shooting his silenced pistol at Sakamoto, who immediately turns and allows his apparently bulletproof glasses to bounce the bullet off. That amount of trust. That is an insane amount of trust that what you're wearing is completely safe. How much confidence do you need to have in your own apparel that is bulletproof for you to look at a bullet and allow it to bounce off of your glasses?
Bulletproof glasses.
Uh-oh. And this is Sakamoto going, uh-oh.
Bulletproof glasses. He's a tough customer. Mr. Sakamoto! I've gotta...
And it shows Shin trying his best to undo the safety bar. Yeah, it's trying to do his best to undo the safety bar, but actually, what is he doing? What is he? Did he cut something? Did he take a sword and cut something? No. He's just trying his best to undo. No, I think he undid his own. Yeah, I think he undid his own safety belt by shooting it. No, he shot the locks. He shot the locks on his own safety bar.
I gotta.
What? Are you crazy? Loop-de-loop!
And they're going on a loop-de-loop
Back me up.
Hey!
as Shin takes off the safety bar and falls through the air to land directly on top of the silver-haired guy.
Huh?
What?
Come here a minute.
Huh?
As Shin undoes the silver-haired guy's own safety bar, and they both go flying off of the edge of the roller coaster. And they both hit the tracks, and Shin manages to grab on before he falls to the ground and gets back up. Yo!
You're crazy. You know that? You nearly killed me. Way to spoil a fun day, man. Today's Mr. Sakamoto's day off. I'm working overtime to cover for him. Huh? Is that some kind of appeal?
And it shows Shin preparing to fight this silver-haired dude. And that is the end of Chapter 7, and thus the end of Volume 1 of Sakamoto Days. Well, let me just say this. For the roughly close to 2 hours I've read Sakamoto Days, yeah, I like this series. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been me reading the very first volume of Sakamoto Days. I will see you guys next Monday as we read Volume 2. But what I can say is, the things that Sakamoto is doing is ridiculous and hilarious, but also extremely cool at the same time. I am so glad I just started this series, and I can't wait to read the rest of the chapters and catch up to where the series is right now. It's less than 170 chapters, I think, right now. So it shouldn't take me long to fully catch up to the series, but I cannot wait to read it. But I'm done for today. I just want to make sure that these streams are just me reading it and me giving my thoughts, and I thought it was very good. I thought the first volume, it's got my attention, so I'm looking forward to the next one. But I am done with today's session of Sakamoto Days. I just wanted to be focused on that. Thank you for showing up. Thank you, Kitty, Some, Psycho, Sarvabek, Ravi, who else? Blacklight, Holster, Nico, everyone who showed up here today, Snow as well. Thank you for being such a wonderful audience. I look forward to our next Sakamoto Days reading, and this week we got some Elden Ring to enjoy as well as some other things, but you know the deal. Hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, because not only does it help keep the lights on, but because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples!